Welcome students, this is module 6 of unit 3 petrology. In this module we will be seeing sedimentary rocks, limestone and laterite. My name is Sarath Kumar. Module content. In this module we will be learning about sedimentary rocks, limestone and laterite with its description, minerals present, texture and structure, occurrence, properties, uses and distribution. Sedimentary rocks. First we will be seeing limestone. Description. Among sedimentary rocks in the order of abundance, limestones ranks third next to shales and sandstones. These comprise nearly 5% of all sedimentary rocks occurring on the Earth's surface. Limestones are typical non-detrital rocks. They are formed either chemically due to precipitation of calcium carbonate from surface water or organically due to the accumulation of hot parts of organisms. Detrital means it is not due to physical weathering. It is mainly due to chemical weathering or organic weathering. Minerals present and structure in limestone. Limestones, which are made up of calcium carbonate, are the only rocks which react vigorously even with cold dilute acids. In hand specimens, limestones show different colors like white, dirty, white, grey, buff, cream pink and black. If the limestones have formed out of chemical precipitation, they are extremely fine grained. In case of organic limestones, this grain size may be vary depending upon the type of organisms responsible for its formation. Thus, chalk, which is made up of foraminifera, which is very fine grained. The shell limestones, on the other hand, which have been formed of cementation of shells of different sizes, are not fine grained. Cretaceous formations of Tiruchirappalli in Tamil Nadu have gigantic fossils of ammonites and natrolites of a few feet diameter. In nature, limestones occur both as porous and massive types. It does not have a definite structure and it is more porous in nature. The pores in chemically formed limestone may be either due to lack of compaction of precipitated material or due to selected leaching subsequent to the formation of compact limestone. Shell limestones, on the other hand, may be porous due to incomplete cementation. Macroscopically, limestones are unique as they show diversified forms like nodular or concretionary or pisolitic or oolitic or stalactite in addition to porous, compact and shell types. Limestones, by virtue of their fine grain size and uniformity in composition of precipitated material, do not show vivid stratification, but occasionally parallel color bands, rippled two beds of limestone marks, etc. occur in them. Limestones vary in hardness and strength in different parts depending on compaction or composition. A very interesting and peculiar physical feature associated with limestones is stellolites. This is the result of partial solution of limestone along their planes of separation. In this, less soluble portions of any two consecutive beds project into other, thus form a zigzag line of junction of the beds concerned. This feature closely resembles the suture lines of some primitive natrolites and ammonites. When two different layers of limestones are available, the lesser soluble portion of any two consecutive beds project into other, thus form a zigzag lines of junction. This phenomenon is called stelloids. Properties of limestone. Limestones are the most deceptive and most unpredictable rocks in terms of porosity and permeability. This is because of the inherent character of limestone, that is, getting corroded by carbon dioxide bearing waters at any time. The limestone, since it reacts easily with acid, if carbon dioxide bearing waters comes, it reacts and it gets dissolved. Some limestones may appear externally as a high compact and massive type, but inside they may have solution cavities and solution channels of varying magnitudes. This is so because carbon dioxide bearing waters percolates through fractures and affect both inside and outside. On the surface it forms sinks, and in the interior it forms solution cavities, channels by dissolving the rock. But it is not necessary that all limestone should be porous internally or externally. Some are very compact and have negligible porosity. Thus, the range of porosity and permeability is unreasonably large in limestones. Therefore, they are either one of the best or worst aquifers in nature. Further, limestones which may be massive and compact at one time are likely to become porous subsequently. Hence, compactness or competence of limestones is unreliable. Uses of limestone. Massive and compact limestones are reasonably competent to support civil engineering structures. They are suitable as road metal, railway ballast, and as construction material, but may not be very durable. As slabs, they are very popular in many places, both as roofing and flooring material. But at the site of foundation, limestones are undesirable due to their porous and cavernous character or their tendency to become so. Further, if hollow, their load bearing strength also will get reduced. If limestone has so many cavities in it resembles a hollow structure, and the load bearing capacity of such hollow structures are very much lesser. Further, dams like Kentucky Dam, Wheeler Dam, Kenters Wheeler Dam, Pickwick Dam, Norris Dam, Douglas Dam, and Fort London Dam, which all rest on limestone, needs special treatment, including excavating tunnels along cavities and clay-filled seams and filling the tunnels with concrete. Approaching cavities through 90 cm diameter calyx holes and drill to intercept them, remove the weak material by mining methods, and filling the entire system with concrete. Placing subterranean concrete cut-off walls across seams wherever necessary. So these are all existing dams which are resisting on limestone. In these dams, these type of precautions have to be made. Rehabilitation work has to be made for a proper functioning of the dams. All these factors indicate the magnitude of problems that crop in dealing with the construction over limestones. However, limestones are used in many other ways, mostly in industries like cement industry and steel industry. Distribution of limestone. Rajasthan was the leading producing state, accounting for 21% of the total production of limestone, followed by Madhya Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Karnataka, Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Maharashtra, Himachal Pradesh. The next sedimentary rocks is laterite. Till now in sedimentary rocks we have seen limestone, sandstone, and shale. These are all transported type of rocks. These rocks are formed far away from the original parent rock. Since all the sedimentary rocks are weathered rocks, the above three rocks, sandstone, limestone, and shale, are all formed far away from the original parent rock, whereas laterite is the only residual rock we are going to see in sedimentary rocks. The term laterite is derived from the Greek word later, meaning brick. Laterite was used as a substitution for brick in many places. The residual deposits laterite are the insoluble products of rock weathering which have escaped erosion by geological agents like wind and river, and which still covers the rocks from which they have been derived. They are in situ. They are formed in the place of parent rock, in the same place as that of parent rock. Compositionally, they are made up of unaltered minerals and insoluble products of decomposition of other minerals of the original rock. When freshly quarried, laterite is wet and very soft, can be cut with a knife, but on drying it hardens. Minerals present and structures of laterite. Laterite is formed from a variety of rocks undergoing tropical weathering. Usually, it shows patches of different colors like yellow, brown, red, black, and white. It is often porous, concussionary, and earthy, that is, without luster in appearance. It generally occurs as a somewhat hard red residual covering on aluminum rich and iron rich rocks. It has no fixed chemical composition but is mainly made up of mixture of hydroxide of aluminum, hydrated ferric oxide, oxides of manganese and titanium and silica. Laterite formation occurs only under tropical climates. The tropical climate is characterized by strong alternating dry and wet conditions. Thus, in turn provides an intensely oxidizing environment. Under normal conditions of weathering in humid and temperature, feldspar mineral compose, losing their alkalis and lime and gain water, forming hydrous aluminum silicates. We have seen earlier in the mineralogy topic, feldspar upon decaying forms clay. Clay is nothing but hydrous aluminum silicates. Similarly, in the case of morphic materials like pyroxenes and amphiboles, iron and magnesium are mostly converted into soluble salts of carbonate and chlorides, which are carried away in solution. Quartz, the third abundant rock forming mineral, remains undecomposed and intact. Since quartz is very resistant to weathering, it remains undecomposed. Thus, the usual decay of rock results in loss of alkalis, lime, magnesium, and ferrous ions, having only concentration of silica in addition to water. Properties of laterite. The red and brownish patches are rich in iron content. White and yellowish patches are rich in aluminum content. Black streaks are rich in manganese. Aluminum-rich varieties of laterites are called bauxites. They are nearly white or pale colored and often basaltic. Since they have not undergone any transport, they will be unsorted and angular. Normally, the transported sediments will be of rounded shape, whereas untransported sediments will be of angular nature. Uses of laterite. From the economic point of view, the following factors are important in laterite uses. Aluminum-rich laterite, that is bauxite, is the only ore of aluminum. Therefore, for aluminum extraction, bauxites are indispensable. Aluminum-rich laterite are called bauxite, which is the main ore of aluminum. Iron-containing laterites, though poor in iron content compared to magnetite and hematite, are used in countries like Cuba and Japan as iron ores. These iron-containing laterites are in some countries they are used as an ore for extracting iron. Manganese-rich laterites are commercially utilized as one of the sources for manganese extraction or for making alloys like ferromanganese. In India, the states like Andhra Pradesh, Orissa and Karnataka are popular for this manganese extraction from manganese-rich laterites. Nickel, cobalt and gold are other metals which are exploited advantageously from some laterites. As a building material, laterite is used as a substitute for brick in places where it is available because it cannot be cut to the required size. It can be cut to the required size easily. As it naturally occurs on the surface, it is very cheap. But as it is not strong, it can be utilized only for small or poor quality works where heavy loads are not involved. As it crumbles easily, it cannot make a good road metal also. Thus, laterite is not an important building material generally. Distribution of laterite. Laterite occurs principally as a cap on the summit of the basaltic hills and plateaus of the highlands of the Deccan, central India and Madhya Pradesh. In its best and most typical development, it occurs on the hills of Mumbai region of the Deccan region. Thank you.